it's time for an important ceremony that we have not haven't done in a while. State of the Podcast. This is where we, it is. It's like State of the Union. Once a year, the president talks about the state of the country, and it's usually a lot of nothing. But
let's see if we can top it.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a State of the Podcast. We take our job seriously here.
Yeah.
And this is where we talk about where we are and what we've achieved. Mm-hmm. Matt Gourley, I look to you because I'm just the chimp that they've put into the Soviet space capsule. Yeah. I don't know. I've just been...
You got that right.
Wait, why don't you look at me to give you the State of the Podcast?
Because I don't think you're really paying attention to that.
This is true. Yeah. No, you're right. That's fair.
I'm just being completely honest.
No, you're right.
But Matt Gourley, you are a professional. You were brought in to no, seriously, you were brought in. No, it's not a dig against you. It's a dig against myself too. You were brought in as this professional podcast man, this magical man who could take these clownish fools and turn this into a really good podcast, and you did that. And we owe you a debt of gratitude, and also you have a perspective on how the podcast is going, I would think. How do you think it's going?
I think the State of the Podcast is strong. We've branched off by now into satellite radio. There's a solid and strong, thriving YouTube channel of clips from this show. And I think I'm just working under the grand tutelage of Adam Sachs, who we usually bring in on these segments because he's the real poobah.
Yeah, he is the man, some say the dark force behind the throne.
Right, the Emperor.
The Emperor.
I'm just Vader. He's the Emperor.
Yeah. What is his name? Palpatine?
Yeah, Sheev Palpatine.
What is it?
Sheev Palpatine.
Sheev? What do you mean?
Sheev.
That's his first name?
That's his first name.
He had a first name?
Sure, well, he's got to live, doesn't he?
Does he? I thought his first name was Emperor.
No, that's his dark, like Darth Tyrannus persona. He was a senator on Naboo for years.
It's terrible that we went down this little cul-de-sac.
So
this is a cul-de-sac of death. Let's get to the point.
You asked.
Yes,
State
true.
of the Podcast, strong.
The State of the Podcast, according to Matt Gourley, is strong, but we're bringing now in Adam Sachs, who's the man behind the man behind the man. Adam, tell us how you feel it's all going.
It's going very well. Matt touched on a couple of the big things that are some of the important updates. You know, when COVID hit and we left our Warner Brothers studio and we went on to Zoom, it sort of forced us to start to incorporate video into our podcast because we were on video on Zoom. We were always before that, like, let's keep cameras out. You know, we wanted it to be a very camera-free environment, people to sort of forget where they were and just have an intimate conversation. And sometimes cameras can impact that. But being on Zoom over COVID forced us to introduce cameras, and then we started to capture this YouTube video, and eventually we were like, well, we also happen to have a robust YouTube channel with a lot of followers. Let's try and put some of this video content out there and see what happens. And it did really well. And our existing YouTube fan base was excited to see what you all look like.
I have a lot of fans that watched me on television for almost 30 years who were just excited to see what I look like.
Wow,
which is
really?
unbelievable. I just they constantly were draping blankets over the television.
Really? I got hundreds upon hundreds of comments about how old I look compared to how you made me seem. Just brutal. Like, that's him? You know?
Did that hurt your feelings?
Yeah.
Well, what did I do? Ben clearly made you seem youthful and vibrant.
No, you made me seem like a carnival teen.
Well, anyway, I didn't come here to be accused of anything. So it sounds...
So the Zoom video did well, but our fans were accustomed to high quality video, and the Zoom video looked like crap for the most part. And now that we have this really, state-of-the-art studio with high quality cameras that do sort of disappear into the background.
We did, I will say, during the pandemic, when we were doing the podcasts on Zoom, for reasons I still don't understand, we used 7-Eleven security cameras.
That's right, yeah.
And they were set at the same angle.
And we all had to go into separate 7-Elevens to record.
Yeah, exactly. And then we were all robbed while we were recording. But we did catch the villains. So this is interesting to me. I want to point out this thing that I noticed. So I'm in television, and then I decide, I want to strip it down. I want to do long-form interviews. I don't want there to be any video. I just want it to be audio, and I'll talk to people. And after all these years of doing 6 and 7 minute interviews, I'll really get to explore all these areas that I never had a chance to explore before with these fascinating people. This is great. And so we do it for a little bit, and then inevitably people say, it'd be really great if we had some cameras in there. And I think, oh, okay, we'll put some cameras in there. And we do that, and that's fine. And then they say, it'd be really great if we did some of these for a live audience, like at the Beacon Theater or at the theater downtown LA theater. Let's do it. What about that? And I think, oh, okay. And then they say, if you're going to be in front of an audience, it'd be really fun if you came out first and sort of entertained the crowd a little bit. And I went, I'll do that. Might also be good if you had some music behind you. You want to get Jimmy Vivino and some of the guys? Sure, I'll do that. I realize they tricked me into doing a television show
You're
again.
In a Twilight
it's
Zone
the
of some
same
kind.
thing.
Yeah.
A couple of times I've realized that. Well, farewell, late night show. That's the end of you, and now something new. Me, jumping around like an idiot in front of a live audience with music behind me, and then interviewing the people that I interviewed on television.
Tell us the Greek tragedy about the man who couldn't not do a talk show.
It's all fun.
So, Adam, it's strong, and there's no danger of this thing ending in the next
No,
couple
it's evolving.
Weeks.
I mean, the fan episodes is another thing that has changed over
Yeah.
the past. I mean, we maybe have done a state of the podcast since then, but I don't know. I mean, the fan episodes have been another thing that we've sort of added to the show, another evolution of the show that I think is really great, adds another dimension. Fans.
Well,
involvement.
what I love about it is I'm talking to people all over the world. That just blows my mind. If I'm talking to someone who's in Eastern Africa, you're talking to someone who's in Iran. The fact that I always go back to this, but I'm always amused that we're infecting the brains of people in these far-off cultures.
Pandemic.
I know,
This
exactly.
is the real pandemic.
I know,
Yeah.
but I do love talking to these people and finding out what their lives are like and what they're doing, and so that's a gift that keeps on giving. As much as I love talking to the celebrities who are, we talk to so many really funny people and fascinating people, but I don't know. When we get a chance to talk to someone who lives up in Wales and they've got a really specific kind of life and we get to a peek into that world, that blows my mind.
The diversity of those conversations is really is a different layer that a lot of the celebrity episodes don't necessarily have.
Right. Well, because celebrities are all phonies.
And then like the number side is, we don't need to get into it, but it's very strong. It's I think
We're
across
talking like in the teens.
across the board, the podcast industry at the beginning of COVID took a hit. The audience numbers took a hit. I think people stopped commuting, they stopped going out to the gym, a lot of routines changed. And so there was a period of time where there was a decrease just in the industry for listening.
Oh.
And I think over time, not only have people figured out a way to work podcasts back into their routine, a lot of the routines have come back, but even if they haven't, podcasts have come back into their lives. And now we've exceeded pre-COVID numbers.
What?
Whoa.
Why?
I think it was my it's the neediness that I keep putting out there.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien needs a friend. That neediness. I think there's a sense that people felt, my life changed during COVID, but man, I'm worried about Conan. He's
you
so
made people
needy.
feel better about how bad things were because they're like, at least I'm not Conan O'Brien.
There you
oh,
go.
is that? I thought that's where you were going. I thought that's the path you were going down. No?
No.
Oh. See, now you're gonna make fun of my hard G's and stuff.
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought that's where you were headed. Where were you headed?
I don't know where I was headed.
okay.
I'm just a guy, a creator, I suppose, a force. Does the
force.
sun know that it supplies light to the earth? No, the sun just does what it does, and then all life stems from the sun. So I guess I'm like the sun, a big ball of gas
Yeah, there we go. You got there.
that's burning everything around me.
Yeah, big.
Well, this makes me happy. This makes me happy that the state of the podcast is strong. I'm indebted to you, Matt Gourley.
And you.
We'll edit that out. Adam Sachs, I'm indebted to you.
NIU.
Eduardo, indebted to you for the good work that you do, engineering this show, making it all happen.
Thank you, sir.
And who else? Let's see.
Me.
I don't have my glasses
one more.
on.
person in the room.
Maybe
there's
your
one more
assistant of 14
person
years.
right next to you.
Yes.
You
Of
needed
course,
your
I
glasses.
do my part. So that's me thanking me.
No.
And Sona, you of course, you're the best.
Okay,
You know.
well, that's nice.
All right. Well, we're having fun. We hope you're having fun listening to this foolishness.
The way you said that didn't sound fun at
No.
all.
We're really having fun. I hope you're having
The way this needs to end is we go.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you guys, man.
Love
Group
you.
hug.
Love you.
Love you all.
Love
Yeah.
you.
Oh, don't, Adam. When you said it, it chilled me to the bone.
That was you just bro side hugged me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even
just-
see. Adam doesn't even see humans. You
Felt
just
a
see.
little forced.
You just see metrics and demos when you look at us.
Did you just roofie us?
Yeah.
I love our metrics.
You see. I would love to see what Adam sees, and it's just like a bunch of ones and zeros, sort of in the shape of humans.
I'm a bar graph, you're a pie chart, and
Yeah.
you're just a
Yeah.
spreadsheet.
I love you, metrics. I mean humans.